I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network, and this is a breaking news alert. Donald Trump has just threatened and extorted Ron DeSantis into not running for president. I guess that's what you just do now as a MAGA extremist. There is no actual policy. It's just pure extortion. I will tell you what Donald Trump said in a moment, but one thing I want to mention before doing so, because Donald Trump has tried to make this entire election about himself and me. Well, according to a CNN exit poll regarding the voters' view of Donald Trump, 60% of voters have an unfavorable opinion of Donald Trump, and his favorability rating is approximately 37%, according to this exit poll. So a very unfavorable view of Donald Trump, and appropriately so held by voters as they went into the ballots to cast their ballots on Election Day. Now, going to the statement that Donald Trump made about Ron DeSantis, this is what he said. He said, quote, "I don't know if he, Ron DeSantis, is running. I think if he runs, he could hurt himself very badly. I really believe he could hurt himself badly," Trump said. "I think he would be making a mistake. I think the base would not like it. I don't think it would be good for the party. Any of that stuff is not good. You have other people that possibly will run, I guess," he added. "I don't know if he runs. If he runs, he runs." Trump did say that if DeSantis does run, quote, "I would tell you things about him that won't be very flattering. I know more about him than anybody, other than, perhaps, his wife." There's no other way to look at those words other than a direct threat, other than as extortion. And this is simply how, in the MAGA cult, in the MAGA extremist, how political leaders, that's who they are, cult leaders, deal with each other. And that is what we are going to see more of as we approach 2024. And Donald Trump's statement here saying that he would tell people things about DeSantis that are very unflattering and that no one knows other than perhaps his wife, sentiments like that were also echoed in Florida at a fascist clown rally that Donald Trump held over the weekend by his lawyers, Alina Habba and Christina Bobb. We talked about this earlier today on the MeidasTouch Network, but let me just roll that clip here to remind the folks who didn't see it what Trump's lawyers, and these are lawyers who lose every single case that they have in the courtroom, and they also now moonlight as reporters for this MAGA extremist media companies that exist. And as you'll see, they apparently don't even know how to use microphones or to talk into microphones. But here, play the clip.
I know a lot of people have opined about Ron DeSantis saying, oh, he'd be a great VP, but he hasn't actually played it that way.
No, I don't think so. And DeSantis is DeSantis because of Trump.
That's exactly
so
right.
I can't speak to that because I'm not the... I think I like what DeSantis is doing in Florida, 100%. But he needs to stay in Florida.
100%. I voted for him for governor.
Yeah, listen.
The governor.
Just stay where you are. You're doing a great job in Florida.
And I think if he does that, I think he's got a great shot in 4 years to run.
That would be perfect, in my opinion.
Don't jump the gun.
Yeah, don't jump the gun. He's not ready yet. He's not ready yet. He's just gotten his feet wet, and I think that's a problem that a lot of politicians do, and then they jump the gun. Or I think we'll see a couple people run, maybe that they're running out of time and they need to make their run right now.
Yeah,
so
that might be true.
Yeah,
I'll be curious to see how it plays out. So let's say tomorrow we take back the House and the Senate.
Yeah.
How do you think that impacts the rest of the world? So you've got Ukraine
and so in addition to threatening and extorting Ron DeSantis on Election Day, one of the things that Donald Trump also did, and this is why it is so vital that he is held accountable, because he is a clear and present threat to our democracy. He is a walking menace trying to engage in a coup that was unsuccessful previously on January 6th, but his coup continues. And so here he is now talking about, again, spreading more conspiracies and flailing his hands about votes in Arizona, which he is now trying to spread conspiracies there. He's posted, let me just pull up these posts for you right now on his social media platform so you see the posts that he's engaged in here. Let me show you some so you can see some of those on the screen right now. And here is also what Kari Lake, a MAGA extremist, like their whole position, they don't have any actual policies. Like Kari Lake's only view is that the 2020 election should be overthrown and that there is that no election is actually valid and that all elections are invalid and that she just needs to be appointed emperor of Arizona or whatever it is. But here are statements from Kari Lake that she's made. And first, let me just show you a press conference that Kari Lake held earlier today where she tried to spread disinformation. I want to give a complete warning here that everything Kari Lake is saying is completely false to try to undermine people's confidence in the votes. I think it also is showing that she is desperate right now and flailing right now. But first, let's show Kari Lake. Play the clip.
I'd put my ballot into a box and they would drive it downtown to count it. This is not normal stuff. We don't have to have elections run this way. We switched from a Republican area to vote. We came right down into the heart of liberal Phoenix to vote because we wanted to make sure that we had good machines. And guess what? They've had zero problems with their machines today. Not one machine spit out a ballot here today. Not one, in a very liberal area. So we were right to come and vote in a liberal area. They gotta fix this problem. This is incompetency. I hope it's not malice. But we're going to fix it. We're going to win. And when we win, there's going to be come to Jesus for elections in Arizona. There's going to be a come to Jesus. I'm going to not only be the governor of Arizona for 4 years, I'm going to do 2 terms. I'm going to be your worst freaking nightmare for 8 years. And we will reform the media as well. We're going to make you guys into journalists again. So get ready. It's going to be a fun 8 years. I can't wait to be working with you guys.
Another election run by a bunch of clowns, and we're not going to take it anymore. We will restore faith to our elections. Maricopa County has screwed us over once again, and they can call me whatever they want. Incompetency, I hope there's been no malice involved. I know there's been incompetency, but we will be restoring faith in our elections.
Kari Lake, thank you very much for joining us. Carolyn.
And now let me show you the clip of Trump that I referenced earlier. Play this clip.
To the people of Arizona in particular, because that's the one that's come up right now, stay online, don't leave. Already a lot of people have left, and it's very, very unfair what's going on. Maricopa County, don't leave. Stay there.
You know, and this is the MAGA playbook now. And the playbook is to just completely discredit free and fair elections from the outset, to completely lie from the very outset of the day, to spread disinformation, to cast doubt on the results, and to keep repeating it over and over and over again on Election Day. And then when it comes to political adversaries, going back to the top of this segment, it is all about threatening, extorting, and trying to destroy and cannibalize each other, because in the cult, it is a race of who will become their cult leader. No talk about what policies they can deliver for the people. No talk on how to improve things here in the country. Just who can kiss Trump's ass more, and how do they try to undermine the results of a free and fair election to a greater degree. We are going to keep our eyes on the events as they unfold today. If you can still vote today and you haven't, please vote right now. Please call up anyone you know who can vote right now if they haven't voted, and please do whatever you can to get them to the polls right now, assuming they're in a state where voting is still open. Please make sure that they vote, vote, vote. We so appreciate you. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Please hit the subscribe button right now. We are on our way to 1 million subscribers. We just passed 700,000 subs. It is free to subscribe. We are the largest pro-democracy independent media company, not just in the country, in the world, because of the community that you've created. So hit the subscribe and also join us on Patreon at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Become a patron. Get access to exclusive content there at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. That's patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs. It wasn't rigged, you're just a loser. At store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.